Hello everyone, we are back with more Clash Royale League Asia action. Here are the 5 good games from CRL Asia Season 2, Week 3. In the first match of the week, KK of GameWith managed to defeat Big Daddy of Kingzone Dragon X to set up a climactic final game against Expo Master. Unwilling to allow his Japanese opponent to clean sweep his team, Expo Master brought a P.E.K.K.A. bridge spam deck. It proved to be very effective against KK by exploiting the lack of small defensive units in his opponent's deck. KK's rash decision to overcommit in his counterattack was immediately punished by Expo Master's P.E.K.K.A. as it cut past the Wizard, Bandit, and Royal Ghost. KK attempted to defend with minions, but they were swiftly taken out by a Zap spell and Zappies. Then he followed up with a defensive Miner, but it was too easy for the P.E.K.K.A. to beat, and it managed to land a shot at the tower. The damage was too much for KK as he struggled to gain any momentum against Expo Master, who rose to the occasion when it mattered most. One of the biggest upsets of the Interdivision week, Tempura of Detonation Gaming played a vital role in their win against Sandbox. He was up against Beaver in the King of the Hill set's final game, where both players made incredible plays, starting with Beaver's Tornado that pulled the Ice Golem out of his X-Bow's range, allowing the siege building to lock on to the Princess Tower. The tornado also affected Tempura's balloon as it went ahead of the Ice Golem to be taken out by the rocket. However, at the same time, Tempura acted swiftly to play his Miner behind the Expo and zapped to reset its target and saved the Princess Tower. It was this perfect move that helped his team to end Sandbox's unbeaten streak. The biggest showdown of the week, Kingzone Dragon X vs Pono Sports, was truly a spectacle. Mikan Boya was the second player to go up against Expo Master in the King of the Hill set. These two players, arguably the best players in the league, are difficult to set apart. However, in the dying moments of an incredibly close game, Expo Master managed to defend perfectly against the Royal Hogs and predicted Mikan Boya's Princess at the bridge play with an Ice Spirit. It distracted the Princess and took her out before she could damage the tower's HP to within Fireball's range, and the Korean player was able to win the game by a nose. What a game! Detonation Gaming's Tempura was keen to help his team to earn their second victory in Korea. He was up against DabanggTV of OP Gaming. The two players were their respective team's choice for the 1v1 set, and it was a fiercely contested matchup. As the time was fast approaching the double elixir period, DabanggTV was setting up his defense with Tesla and Ice Wizard in the face of the oncoming Golem push by Tempura. However, the Japanese player responded perfectly with a Tornado to pull the Ice Wizard near to the Tesla and Cannon Cart, and followed up with a Fireball to destroy 12 elixirs worth of defensive units. It was such a devastating move, and Tempura secured an amazing win thanks to his Nado Fireball combo. Rad and Yakitori of Fab Gaming had to face up against Hall and Q Mills of OGN Entus. The two teams are rooted at the bottom of the respective division standings and desperately in need of a win. OGN Entus' Golem Graveyard decks worked well in this game, but they managed to push it up a notch on one of the attacks, with the Golem rampaging towards the Princess Tower. A brilliantly timed freeze spell prevented the Inferno Dragon from disintegrating the Golem. Fab Gaming frantically played Bats, but those two were taken out by a poison spell. The Golem survived Fab Gaming's desperate attempt to defend, punched the Princess Tower to the ground, and helped OGN Entus to secure the win. Now, let's take a look at the current standings in CRL Asia. Kingzone Dragon X was undoubtedly the biggest winner of the week after earning very impressive victories against last season's finalists GameWith and Pono Sports to move to the top of the table. Sandbox's unbeaten run was ended this week. They suffered 2 defeats in a row and moved down to the second spot. OGN Entus remained winless. All of the Japanese teams had mixed results on their visit to Korea, as they all won and lost a match each. The standings were unchanged from Week 2. The SEA division was not involved in Week 3. The standing remains the same. Here are the upcoming interdivision matches in CRL Asia Season 2, Week 4. On Friday, OP Gaming will play against Kick's team, who suffered 4 defeats against Korean teams last season. However, Kick's team's roster changes would likely pose a very different threat, and OP Gaming will be their first test. After a disappointing week for Sandbox, their next match against AHQ Esports Club will undoubtedly be a closely contested one. Their opponent added new unfamiliar players to their roster and could spring some surprises on Saturday. The new Korea Division leader Kingzone Dragon X will end Week 4 in a match against AHQ Esports Club. Back in Season 1, the Korean team was one of the teams defeated by AHQ during their 4-match win streak that helped them to win the SEA Division. That's all from us. Stay tuned for more Clash Royale League Asia action.